welcome back to my channel. My name is Nadia and I'm interior decorator. In today's video, I want to share with you some important principles related to Feng Shui and in particular to understand how the flow of Qi energy is entering your home and how we can correct it in three main areas of your house, which are the entrance, the bedroom area and the kitchen. So, if this topic is of your interest, then keep on watching. No matter if you live in a villa or apartment, if in the countryside or city area, the basic rules of Feng Shui are valid everywhere. Now, in today's video, I wish to share with you some practical tips and recommendations in order to better understand how the Qi energy is flowing in different ambients of your home and how you can correct it in order to bring more prosperity and well-being into your life. Now, Feng Shui, in its simplest meaning, is about creating a harmonious and balanced space, comfortable for living and for working, in order to bring prosperity and abundance. As we talked in the previous videos dedicated to Feng Shui, there are two main schools in Feng Shui, the Compass School and also the Form School or the Landscape School. When working on the house, dividing different ambients and also decorating them, both schools are taken into consideration. To completely understand the flux of the Qi energy in the house, it is necessary to make a complex analysis of the house itself. So, starting from where it is located, what surrounds it, the shape of the house, then make the Lo Shu square and the Bagua map to see where are located the 9 sectors inside the house, and at last make a complex analysis of the inhabitants of the house. Now, in the previous videos that I made on Feng Shui, I already explained how we can allocate different sectors of life inside our house and how we can potentiate each of them. Now, in today's video, I want to make a deeper analysis of the three main areas of the house and see how the Qi energy is flowing and how we can correct it, directing it, in order to bring more balance and prosperity into our life. And we'll start with the entrance door. Now, the entrance door, since ancient times, it is considered to be the main portal through which the Qi energy is entering, and at the same time it keeps away the evil spirits and the negative energy away. Therefore, it is very important to choose with maximum attention the size of the door, the color of the door, and the shape of the door. Now, the entrance door must be the biggest and the strongest door from the entire house, and at the same time it must be proportionate to the size of the house. For example, if the house is small, a big door can become an outflow of the Qi energy, which can lead to financial difficulties. If, on the contrary, the house is big, a door that is too small and not proportionate to the house may create obstacles and block the Qi energy to enter the house, which can make the inhabitants feel exhausted and also nervous. Moreover, a particular attention must be dedicated to the area that anticipates the entrance door. For example, the hall, the staircase, the living room, or other locations. So it must be kept always clean, organized, well lit, and welcoming. It is very important to notice what surrounds the entrance door. So, for example, if the entrance door is opening in front of a staircase that is leading to the basement area, it is considered unfavorable because the Qi energy that enters your home will immediately go downstairs. So, the best would be to switch the staircase. But if this is not possible, then close the access to the basement with a door. Another important aspect to which pay attention are the sharpened angles, which are called poisoned arrows in Feng Shui. It's because it is cutting the Qi energy. So if they are oriented towards the entrance door or any other door of the house, this may cause problems to its inhabitants. So, poisoned arrows are any sharpened angles that are oriented towards the entrance of the door. Pay attention to all the structural elements that you have in the house, for example, pillars or some, massive furniture pieces like wardrobes or cabinets, because if their angle is oriented toward the entrance door, this may cause problems. So switch the place, or create some obstacle in front of it by placing maybe a green plant or something else. So smooth the angles in order to create a flow of the energy that is smooth and without this sharpening and cuts. Other aspects that are very important to see here and to correct are the positioning. So if you have two doors, one in front of another, such a positioning is considered unfavorable because it is triggering the destructive energy. Moreover, if you have two or more doors positioned one in line, for example, along a straight and long corridor, the chi energy will flow too fast here, so it is taking away the health and the wealth of its inhabitants. In such case, moving the door would be the best solution. But the simplest way would be to plant here some, for example, plants or other objects like a console, a round table or something else, to slow down the flow of the chi energy and make it stay longer and, move it around. And we're moving to the bedroom, which is another key area of the house, since basically 1/3 of our life we spend it in bed, resting, making love, something else. So it must be, a healthy space with clean, pure chi energy. So fresh air and daily natural light are two absolutely necessary, elements to keep this ambient healthy and safe. Moreover, a calm palette of colors in this area will massively contribute to the well-being of the owners. And finally, keep all things clean and organized. It will bring good luck and longevity. Entering in the bedroom, look where and how it is located, the bed itself. Remember that lying down on the bed, you must see everyone who is entering the room. Moreover, old beliefs say that if the door opens up to the headboard of the bed, the strong flow of chi may bring illness. And another very unfavorable location of the bed would be having it in front of the door, the so-called the deceased position, because a defunct is carried out with the legs facing the door. So do not position a bed in such a way. Now, masters of Feng Shui suggest that the best way to allocate the bed is by positioning the headboard of the bed towards the element of your year of birth. Now, each year of birth is governed by a particular element, and there is a matrix in Feng Shui with calculations of it. So, for example, my year of birth is 1985, and it is governed by the element of the wood, facing direction east. My husband is from 1973, so his element governing the year of birth is the element of the water, so direction north. In such case, the maximum for both of us would be allocating our master bedroom with the headboard of the bed directing northeast. We, however, directed the headboard of our bed towards north because this way we have the view of the room from lying on the bed. Now, another valid advice from the masters of Feng Shui is to choose with attention the shape and the color of the headboard of your bed. So, find the element that governs your year of birth and choose the one that fits your requirements, because for each element there is a certain shape and color. For the earth there is a horizontal rectangular and all shades of yellow and brown. For the water are heavy lines and all shades of blue and black. For the metal there's a semicircle, silver, gold and white colors. For the fire, we have the triangle and all shades of orange, pinks, reds, and purples. And finally, for the wood element, there is the square or the vertical rectangular and all shades of green. So for example, in our case, we choose to position the bed with the headboard facing north, because it is the governing element of the year of my husband. But also, such a positioning will allow us to see the entrance door. But we choose the headboard with vertical rectangulars in such a way to represent the wood element that is my governing element. And moreover, we choose it in a terracotta color, in a brown terracotta color with some orange and silver dots. But all the accessories, the carpet and the curtains are in blue color, which are the colors of the water. And we bought some big plants, green plants, also to represent the wood element. So in such a way, wood could create a balanced and harmonical, bedroom that is governed by our both elements. So me and my husband will feel good and to bring, benefits and well-being to both of us. However, we must also consider the necessity of, creating a comfortable bedroom in a small space, because, the lack of the space in our days and also the high cost of constructions are making, the apartments smaller and smaller. Therefore, we need to adapt to what we have at best. So, that's why the School of Compass is recommending for all small bedrooms to allocate the bed as close as you can to the corner diagonally opposed to the entrance door. You can see also our case. Moreover, a bed that is placed centered to the room may create some feelings of uncertainty. So that's why choose with care, for example, the rounded beds and the canopy beds where you can position them, because Feng Shui is always recommending to face the headboard of your bed towards a wall or to something else, because this way you can create feelings of certainty. Now, another important aspect to consider is the proximity of the bed towards the window, which must be kept at a distance from 90 up to 1 meter and 80 centimeters. So, are sufficient 90 centimeters from the window if the window is directing southeast, and if the bed is uplifted from the ground on tall legs between 20 and 25 centimeters. If you have curtains on the windows or around the bed, like the canopy beds, or if under your window is allocated a radiator, and are necessary at least 1 meter and 80 centimeters between the window and the bed, if the window is facing northwest, and if you have a low bed placed on the ground, like for example the minimalistic style or the Japanese style, or if you have installed a conditioner in the room. Another important aspect to be considered in the bedroom is the allocation of all the cabinets, so wardrobes, night tables, and chests. The first rule here is to keep them away from the proximity of the headboard, because it would block the flow of qi. Moreover, avoid the poisoned arrows that may be formed because of the presence of the wardrobes or of the chest, and ensure that none of its corners is actually directed towards the bedroom, because this way it would cut out the qi energy while you're sleeping and resting, so it will not be well for your well-being. In Europe, and especially in the countryside, I noticed that very often beams are left aside, and such architectural element in Feng Shui, it is considered unfavorable because it is disrupting the harmonious relationship and bring financial difficulties. Therefore, it is better to cover them with, for example, a set of linen white fabrics. For the same exact reason, it's not recommended to position here in the bedroom over your head a big and heavy chandelier, for example. So choose something that is bringing here a balanced and easygoing atmosphere. Now, the last aspect to be considered in the bedroom is related to mirrors, which in European countries is often encountered, as for example incorporated in the beauty or the secretaire, or used as a full-size mirror on the wall, etc. So most Feng Shui masters agree that it is unfavorable to keep mirrors in the bedroom, since they reflect the negative energy and bouncing it back into the ambient. So it doesn't mean that you need to completely remove all the mirrors from the bedroom. No, just keep them in the right place. For example, you can have an integral and big mirror, a full-size mirror, on the internal side of your wardrobe. So easily at hand when needed, but away from, from the ambient of your bedroom. Or you can actually reduce the size of the mirror to its minimum in order to have less areas that reflect the energy. And at last, let's see some very important aspects related to the kitchen area, which since ancient times, when food was scarce, kitchen was literally considered, the life source of the family. Therefore, by tradition, the kitchen was built in order to please the kitchen god, which not only, watches over the domestic affairs of the family, but it was also working as the moral compass for all the members of the family. Now, the kitchen symbolizes the health and the wealth of the property owners. So it is vitally important to keep this place clean and order so that the positive chi energy could flow here without the obstacles. It is easy actually to ensure such atmosphere, since it is sufficient to clean dishes after each supper, put away all tools after cooking, wash the floors, dust all surfaces, repair immediately if something gets broken, or throw it away if it cannot be repaired, ensure good lighting for day and night time, use light colors, and the best here would be the white color, because it is opening up the place and make it look brighter and bigger. It is unfavorable if the kitchen door is opening in front of the bedroom door or the bathroom door. Now, in the first case, all the flavors arriving from the kitchen may disrupt a good and relaxed sleep, while on the second, it would be most appropriate to change the positioning of the bathroom door or the kitchen door so that they do not, encounter one another. But if the space is not allowing such an intervention, then keep these doors closed at all times. In the kitchen is very important the allocation of the oven and of the hob, that in most cases are always allocated in the same area. Now, it becomes a very active field of energy. So, if your bedroom has one common wall with the kitchen area, ensure to not allocate the headboard of the bed on this wall that is facing the kitchen. Feng Shui is also saying that it is quite unfavorable allocating the hob in front of the sink, because they are governed by opposite elements. Now, the first one is holding the energy of the fire, while the second one is holding the energy of the water. So these are two powerful elements that, if are placed in proximity, they may create a conflict. So the safe distance must be kept between the two, at least of 1 meter or 1 meter and 20 centimeters. Either left as a free space for passage, or allocating the table or worktop between them to have a balanced energy. Now, the fridge, on the other hand, although it is powered by the electricity, it is a cooling space, therefore carrying the energy of yin, as the sink itself. But in this case, it is very important to allocate it distant from the hob, not next to it, and not in front of it. The best place would be positioning the fridge near the sink, since they carry the same type of energy, the energy of the water, or in a niche or a corner away from the rest of the kitchen, with one condition, that it must not face directly opening the door of the entrance in the kitchen. In most modern apartments, we often encounter a built-in allocation of the kitchen where all the appliances are compactly inserted one next to another. Usually on the one side we have the oven, the hob, and also the cooker hood, and on the other side we have the sink and the dishwasher, while apart it is positioned the fridge. If you have the opportunity to plant and construct your kitchen from scratch, see with your designer how to allocate the best in order to create harmony. But if you entered in a pre-existing situation, do your best to keep the kitchen clean and ordered at all times. It will help constantly renovate the chi energy. Now, in most modern houses, the dining area is usually next to the kitchen, and such allocation is perfect. Nevertheless, if your home doesn't have sufficient space to dedicate a certain area to the dining room, in such case you may dedicate a space to this purpose inside your living room. Just find a space that is distant from the entrance door, or use a screen or other kind of divider, for example a big plant, to separate the table from the rest of the room. Moreover, masters of Feng Shui recommend keeping some distance between the sittings, because that will confer some feelings of freedom and abundance. And another very important aspect is to not bring altogether too many things in one room. So an extra large table and too many cabinets all in a relatively small room altogether would create a feeling of congestion, so blocking the natural flow of the chi energy in this room. Another important aspect is given to the allocation of the family members around the dining table. So the elder members have the right to choose first where they want to sit. Moreover, many Chinese people since ancient times are arranging the members of the family around the table according to the date of birth, consequently based on the cardinal direction and the governing element for each member of the family, in such a way to attract more well-being and wealth into the family. Now that was all for today's video. I hope you liked it. I hope you find something new and understand better how the chi energy is flowing in different areas of your home, and how you can correct it with simply analyzing what you have and what you can move around in order to create more harmony and a balanced, ambient for your family members and yourself. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see other videos dedicated to Feng Shui principles and other thematics related to decoration of the house and design objects. In the meantime, stay safe, stay well, and we shall see each other on my next video. Ciao!